You're looking smart as always. How is everyone? How's the baby? Oh my goodness, she's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Whoever we are, whatever we've experienced, we all have the same basic needs: to be healthy, happy, and to cherish our loved ones. I think it's pushed me into doing different things, like, working out from home, going on more walks, taking the kids out to work out. These things are the things that I think the majority of people have been pushed into over the last year. But I'd say the biggest thing that's impacted my daily routine of working out or trying to keep fit is, the fact that we can't go to a gym and we can't, socialize in that way. So that's probably the biggest impact. But I think it's been the same for everybody. Everybody's tried to adapt in different ways.
And I think just like David, I think we were all greatly affected. So I had to be creative with my workouts. And, I think the number one thing was really finding a routine and finding a flow.
But it's been really special to see people just going out in the park with their family and doing a workout, or doing one in their living room, and being open to that and not taking it as seriously and having fun with it. I think that's so important.
And when we make commitments to a team mate or a friend, a time and a place to go and train, that's what motivates us.
Still things that you can do as an individual to keep up your technical skills, to keep healthy, and of course keep them engaged.
Mental resilience is really in all of us. If people can actually start practicing how to turn the negative into a positive, actually take you to see life in an optimistic way.
Yeah, I think much like Nicole was saying, I think something that helps me a lot is knowing in life that there are things that are just simply out of our control. Doing what you can, using what you have.
And similar to what Jess said, we can't control the uncontrollable at the moment, in this given situation, but to practice gratitude every day and what we are grateful for those little things in life that we are grateful for our friends, for our family, for our own health.
What we all go through, the challenges that we have, the challenges that we come up against. We all want to try to motivate and try to do everything possible in such challenging times.
There are always going to be tough times, but there's always going to be positive things at the end of it. Opportunities will always arise, and it's always up to you about how you're going to deal with it and how you're going to take advantage of it.
The impact that we had as a family from the pandemic was, for us, as the biggest thing in our household was actually sticking to a routine. And I also found that because the kids were home all the time, and with my husband as well, it was really important to practice patience. Obviously with Shane's kids, they're a little bit older, so probably the dynamics were a little bit more different.
Very much. I've got 4 boys. I've got a 14-year-old, 11-year-old, and just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, twin boys, double trouble I call them. We'd always start the day on the trampoline. So virtually before they logged on to school, we went and got on the trampoline and we bounced and we bounced. And even though I didn't want to get on there, I knew that was really important for the kids to get moving, keep the fun and keep them moving as much as I possibly could.
It pushed us into doing different things. Wasn't it great when we built the beehive, Dad? Or wasn't it great when we made that sponge cake, Mum? Things like that were so important to us as parents, and I think that it's how we coped with the situation. And obviously to have a determination to actually come out of this challenging time with a lot of positives as well.
Nothing more valuable in life than relationships, and that's what life is all about, your connections with one another.
And the silver lining for me personally was getting to spend so much time with my family, with my children, with my wife. We've been together now for 24 years, and the fact that we were together every single minute of every single day of the last year, I think as parents, we came together as a unit and stuck together and made our children feel happy, feel comfortable and feel secure over such a challenging time.
I think it's a really big silver lining for us having Tilan during our first child during this pandemic, because it gave us the opportunity to spend time that otherwise we wouldn't spend. Makes us realize how important it is to have each other and
the simple things in life, how we forget about everything that's simple because of how fast-paced life is or life was.
But since I have Tilan, I admire you as a father today. You are really someone that I look up to. And
well, thank you so much for saying that, and it's so nice to see you guys still as happy as you were when I last saw you, and also happier because you have your beautiful little girl.
You know, we've got a lot of elderly neighbours, and one of my neighbours is actually 95 or 96 years old, Steph, and you know, she did get meals sent to her at the beginning of the first lockdown. But at the same time, I felt, well, it's very easy for me to cook another meal because I'm cooking 3 times a day anyway. And I'd take 2 of those meals over to Steph. And it's that sort of knock-on effect, or being able to pay it forward. And that's kind of my take from lockdown, and the community spirit that I take from my actual personal home. Yeah.
If this is what kickstarts people being kinder to each other, then it's a great thing. And I think it's so inspiring to hear the stories that everyone's saying. You know, it inspires me. It inspires people that, you know, hear these stories to actually do something different. It's really been a privilege to listen to everyone talk about, you know, their challenges over this last year. But we can't just do it individually. You know, it's about a team, it's about a community, and it's about the movement that we all want to make, but it can only happen at a certain level when we all do it together. Thank you, everyone.